they're asking us how can we do it and when and how quickly can we do it. Two examples of innovation from the kind of companies that we don't expect to innovate. One of them is called Hindustan Zinc Limited. The second example, unfortunately, I cannot name that company. It's a large public sector oil and gas company. So the next time you walk into one of their gas stations and if you are pleasantly surprised, you can thank us for that. Good morning, all of you, and first of all, congratulations to all of us for having survived the last two seasons of the apocalypse. And I'm not talking about a Netflix series. And given, given what the world has been through in the last 18 months, I think the fact that we are sitting here in this room in person, I think we need to be grateful for that, and grateful to Vatsal for having made it happen despite all odds. I was wondering what I could possibly speak about meaningfully in 9 minutes or 8 minutes now, maybe 7 minutes now, to brand masters and the stalwarts that we have here. Given that I come from a very B2B tech, boring kind of a setup. First, I thought about talking about the scary but extremely exhilarating roller coaster that I have had in the last 18 months. Just to give you an instance, on 7th of February 2020, I was partying with 1,000 other people, my colleagues in Bangalore at our field kickoff. On 10th of February, I was being wheeled into an operation theater for an angioplasty in Gurgaon. On March 25, I think, or sorry, Feb 25, I was back at work, and March 23, everything started falling like 9 pins around us. So that's the roller coaster. I wanted to talk about how our team kind of pivoted our marketing mix, which was largely physical events based. We used to do about 200 odd physical events. That was the mainstay of our demand generation process. To convert that into 100% digital in 3 weeks without any disruption, I think something that I wanted to talk about, I'm not going to talk about it, and how our inbound during that period grew by 150 or 160%, how we ended up being the best marketing team in Asia Pacific in Japan for our company against all odds, and how we continue to support our business, having won the quarter or the market unit of the quarter twice in a row this year. So clearly there is something right that we do, but I thought that's too much of self-praise. So I'm going to talk about some of our customers, because what we've seen in the last 18 months, the early prognosis was that business was going to be bad, but thankfully, at least for our kind of businesses, it wasn't, and that was because we find our customers not asking us why we should be doing this, and I'm talking about transformation or tech-led transformation. They're asking us how can we do it and when and how quickly can we do it. So that has been a significant change. I'm going to talk about two examples of innovation from the kind of companies that we don't expect to innovate. One of them is called Hindustan Zinc Limited, which is a Vedanta Group company. It is the world's second largest aluminium producer, and some other non-ferrous alloys as well. They launched a B2B using SAP's commerce platform. Launched a B2B commerce portal for non-ferrous metals, which is the world's only such portal, which allowed them to get into in a space, especially in a demand constraint market, which we were in the last 18 months, to get into a market they were not playing in. They are expecting now about 15 to 20% of their new revenues to come from that. Clearly a new revenue stream created, and of course from the demand side, they are of course smaller buyers can now buy in smaller quantities, etc., etc. So overall, I think they're using technology, they've kind of grown their market. The second example, unfortunately, now that this is being recorded, I cannot name that company. It's a large public sector oil and gas company, and as you would know, large private public sector enterprises are federated organizations which sit on years of customer data, which sits in silos. As a result, they are not able to offer or leverage it in any fashion, not allowing them to create unified experiences for their customers. This company is launching, actually working on a project, again using our Commerce Cloud, on a project called Anubhav, which will fundamentally transform how they manage customer data, which basically means they will now be able to market bespoke experiences for their 150 odd million customers who may be buying petrol, diesel, gas, whatever else over a period of time, of course, and be able to cross-sell, upsell, do all of that, which typically a public sector company is least expected to do. So the next time you walk into one of their gas stations, and if you are pleasantly surprised, you can thank us for that. I think that's pretty much that I have, but I thought if everybody is comfortable in Hindi, I wanted to kind of recite poetry this morning looking at the weather. This was written a long time back in a very different context, but kind of describes what I feel like after the pandemic, which seems to have kind of liberated and freed me up in a strange fashion. So here goes. It's called Patang Meri. Okay. So Patang Meri behek si gayi aaj, कि हवा ही कुछ ऐसी चली है इस बार, कहने लगी अब नहीं चाहिए किसी झोंके का एहसान, न कन्नियों की नसीहत न बंधन पुरानी डोर का, मेरे इरादों को अब पंख चाहिए और चाहिए मुझे मेरा अपना आसमान, अब क्या समझाऊं इस नन्ही सी जान को कि हवा ही कुछ ऐसी चली है इस बार. So, as I said, the pandemic seems to have kind of liberated me in a strange way. I don't know about you, but I definitely feel like that tiny little kite that has kind of managed to weather the storm, and now I'm willing to fearlessly learn, explore, experiment the limitless skies that lie before us. And more importantly, I think as marketers, I think we always have had the license to experiment and fail more than probably any other function in any company. So let's do it. Thank you very much.